Today we're going to install the GatorTrax MX on this 2019 new body style GMC Sierra. Now this is the same installation as the Chevy Silverado. Let's go ahead and get started. Now that we've got this out of the box, we need to go ahead and prep it for the rails. First thing we're going to do is remove the spiral from either side. Next, we're going to go ahead and remove our shipping bracket using a Phillips head screwdriver. In order for the rails to go in, it has to be unlatched, so we'll flip open the weather guard seal and undo the latch. Make sure you retain one of the shipping blocks to use as a spacer later. All right, next we're going to go ahead and find our driver's side rail. It's going to have a hole on the end that goes towards the canister. It's also going to have a channel on the inside facing to the inside of the truck. We've got a hole here and a hole here in the back side of the rail that's going to slide in and drop behind this hole in the canister. In order to do that, we need to make sure that the blanket of the cover runs through this channel until that lines up. Then we can drop it down and use some of our machine screws to go through the canister and then thread into those holes. Now after we install the other rail the exact same way, we can go ahead and take our canister cover and slide it into place. Make sure the rubber flap is facing towards the cab of the truck. We're going to line this hole underneath this hole and then fasten it down with the provided screws. Now with the help of a friend, I'm going to go ahead and lift it up, set it into the bed of the truck. The rubber flap needs to be hanging over top of the bulkhead, and this needs to go all the way up against the bulkhead. With the rails all the way forward, go ahead and gently close the tailgate up to the rails. Now we can use our shipping bracket. The bottom edge of that shipping bracket is exactly 1/8 of an inch thick. So what we're going to do is we're going to slide that behind the rail, then slide the rail up to that shipping bracket. That gives us a perfect 1/8 inch space between the end of the rail and the tailgate. Do that on both sides. All right, so on the passenger side towards the tailgate, what I'm going to find is a couple of spacer screws. Now these adjust the rail in and out. Typically these are exactly where they need to be when they come out of the box, so don't worry about adjusting them unless something's not right. Next, what we're going to do is install our spacer. Now for the sake of this video, I want to show you exactly how that spacer goes in. So I'm going to lift this rail up. This is our bed cap, the plastic bed cap. As you see, it moves in and out quite a bit. Behind there is a metal flange. What we need to do is directly underneath where these spacer screws are, we're going to slide in this spacer shim in between the plastic bed cap and the metal flange. That way that bed cap cannot move. We're going to lower it back down. Now if you have raised up your rail, make sure you adjust your spacing at the tailgate before you install the clamp. Now your clamps, you're going to have two sizes of clamp. The rear clamp will be the smaller clamp. The cab side clamp is going to go up towards the front. That'll be your larger clamp. What we're going to do is space these clamps all the way apart, and we're going to fit it up inside. Now you got a little bit of a flange on the back side of the metal rail, so you kind of want to hook it behind there and then you can raise it up. Squeeze it together, make sure the grooves in the clamp are married into the grooves on the rail, and then go ahead and put that in finger tight. Now, depending on the clamps that you have, you're either going to have a 9/16 or a 1/2 inch. What I like to do is just go ahead and get it started where it's starting to bite down and then bear down on the rail. Make sure the rail is nice and flat. And then you want it to actually pitch up just a little bit. It says like 2-degree pitch up, but it's just a little less than level on the rail before you tighten it down. Then once you tighten it down, you don't want to get it super tight. You just want to get it nice and snug. It says 6 foot-pounds in your instructions. You do the exact same thing to all 4 clamps. Now we're going to make sure we peel away all the plastic protectant off of the canister before we install the drain tube. If you have no liner or a spray-in liner, we recommend drilling a hole right through this point in the bulkhead and route the drain tube out that way. Now repeat the same process on the opposite side. Now the bulkhead seal typically has a little bit of overlap Going over top of the bed cap, what we're going to do is we're going to cut the overlap off tight to the bed cap. Do that on both sides. When your side seals are brand new, they put a lot of pressure down on the cover when it's rolling back and forth. So sometimes a new cover will drag a bit when you're opening and closing it. If during the break-in period you want to alleviate some of that, you can get some paraffin wax out of the baking section or canning section of your local grocery store and run it back and forth inside the rail, lubricate it with wax. Do not use other types of lubricants because they can void your warranty. Now just test the operation of the cover and make any necessary adjustments, and that concludes the installation. If you have any questions, call the experts or visit us online.